name is Luke Sheldon, and today I'm going to be doing a build test. We are going to be using this FinalBuildTest122. It was uploaded yesterday at 5:20 p.m. As you can see, I'm recording it quite early this morning on the 22nd. Change list number for this particular build is 1034073. So let's get right into it. So the task that I'm going to be showcasing during this particular build test video is going to be as a player, I want to hear when I am underwater. So the completion criteria here, upon entering the water and exiting, we have splashing noises. Swimming in water causes a water movement like swimming noise, and we wanted to muffle the ambient game music so that it sounds like you're underwater. And as you can see so far, that is what we have accomplished so far. The sound does muffle when the player enters the water, and we still want to implement those splashing noises when they enter and when they are swimming. So let's take a look at what it looks like in-game. Alright, and to showcase exactly the progress that I've made on that particular task, I have loaded us into Hazelberg so that we can take a look. And if you listen here, the healing sound is pretty loud. We can hear it very clearly now that we enter the water. You can hear the difference there. It is quite muffled while we're in the water. And I accomplished this just by implementing a volume mix, and I just set the gain to be about 20% while we're in the water, and that applies to any sound whatsoever. So whether that is background music or anything, anytime the player is in the water, it is deafened like that. Next, I just plan on implementing the splashing noises when the player jumps in, like right here, and when they exit, like that. So that'll be what I work on for the rest of the sprint, among other things, of course. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of my team's presentation. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Catherine Asbill, and the build file for this video is this 0134073. That is today's date, and it was uploaded around 5:20. That's Eastern time. Opening it here in my folder, same day, 4:22. Pretty close, just an hour off because I'm an hour ahead. So I'm going to open up this bad boy. Oh my god. Allow. Thank you. I got to pull up Jira. Alright, so the task that I'm going to go over today is, as a player in combat mode, I want to continuously face the target. So completion criteria is that I want the player to strafe while in combat mode. So when you're aimed, because when in combat mode, it pulls up an aiming cursor so you can fire your spells more accurately. And originally the character would still turn around, look left, look right, but it wouldn't be accurate to where the aiming of the cursor is. He'll cast completely behind him, and his spell would go forward to wherever you're looking, depending on what the camera angle was. So part of the completion criteria is they must face the aim direction, and you can, when walking, if you go left or right, backwards, forwards, the animation is going to change to represent which way you're going. And I guessed it would take about 2 hours, and it did take about 2 hours. Most of that was trying to fine-tune the coding on figuring out how I wanted it to attach to the camera. So here's the game. I'm just going to start it because this works in any level because it's based on the movement. So here I am in the overworld. So here's walking normally. If I don't move my camera, he turns and whatnot. I move it. I'm walking forward. I can move it. Like depending on which direction I go, I can look all around. So I'm gonna equip my sword, toggle combat mode, and see now I got the cursor. And I'm not using any arrow keys right now, and his body is following where the cursor is. So if I go forward, he walks forward. Backwards, he's still looking forward, but he's stepping backwards. If I go right, and left, oh, I got those mixed up, but you know what I mean. This is D, right, left, He backpedals, forward pedals, and he's still looking forward. And no matter which key you press, which way you look, you can, it looks like, legit, oh, that's a healing spell. But he casts forward now, like no matter which direction you're going in. So it works nicely now. And you can just put it away and resume walking like normal, when you don't have it all open. So, yeah, that's the thing I've been working on. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Jessica Veloso, and I'm going to talk about what I did this week. So I added a bunch of sounds. The main task I made was, as a player, the world around me needs to have sounds. So I have the task of adding all ambient sounds to levels and the overworld, interactions, footsteps. The main one I'm going to focus on is the sword sound, the magic sounds. I didn't get a staff sound in there yet, so it's not quite finished, but I got the magic sounds, the pedestal sounds, the player hurt sound, the enemy hurt sound, enemies dying, and maybe we'll hear the rotating puzzle. It depends on how far I get. Alright, so our build was this one here. So it is the, let me see. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Alrighty, so the build we're using is the build 121. It is this one here. And then when I go to show in Explorer, this is the downloaded zip build, and then I extracted it here. So we'll get this started. Allow access. Alright, so we're going to load into Frigid Highlands, because I feel like that has the best assortment of sounds in it. So the first thing I'll show off is when you change your weapons, it makes a little popping sound. When you draw your sword, it makes that sound. When you swing it, it makes that sound. I'm going to change that put away sound. The firepower has a sound. It's very quiet, but it doesn't have to be loud. All the different spells have different sounds. I have to wait for my mana to refill. So. And then we'll hit F. Oh, it's still not low. And then this is the magic spell. If you listen, there is background noise here in Frigid. So over here, we will run into our first enemy. Let me just pick this up quick. That makes a sound when you pick it up now. We'll run out here since he just went out here, and we will draw our weapon. So when he gets hurt, he makes a sound. When I get hurt, I also make a sound. And when he dies, he makes a different sound. The next sound I'm going to show off is us. Oops, let me put this away first. Is going to be the placing of the bar. It makes the new correct sound. Alrighty, let me run in here. And the next thing, I have a few different enemies upstairs and the rotating puzzle. That's what I figured would be the best showcase of the work I did in this sprint so far. Okay. We pick up the bar, it makes a spell noise. Alrighty, these guys are coming for me. These guys make this sound when they get hurt. And then the oh sound when they die. Oh, I love that. Alright, let me put my sword away. Alright, let's go to the pedestal. When we press E on this one, it makes a ding sound. And then the puzzle makes a rotating, like a rock rotating sound when it moves. And then when it hits the correct position, it dings and then turns green. That's what I've been working on this week. It's been all sounds. We have so many that we need to add, and there's still a few we're missing. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.
My name is Jonathan Ernetta, and for this week, I created a material instance for the overworld map. The overworld map is supposed to be the connection between levels. It is a level part to split up our levels into one big biodome for each individual sections. That way we do not need to have a level select area. There's one reason why we want an overworld is to get rid of the level select area. So I created a material instance for the landscape to have its grass, dirt, rock, snow, for the overworld to be a new level select option for us. I wanted to create an overworld biodome for Glacier's Ridge and Frigid Highlands, which took me 4 hours, while the material instance took me an hour. I was creating the mountains, a lake, to implement the mechanics from the levels into the overworld. to where the player can learn in one level, take it to the overworld to learn more, and take it to another level to introduce, practice, and master each of the mechanics of the game. Placing music all over the overworld map and adding rocks and entrances to Frigid Highland and Glacier's Ridge. I wanted to create a overworld biodome for Dragon's Point to place sounds of music, the volcano rumbles, creating the mountain volcano for Dragon's Point, which is a lava world, by adding smoke and embers, adding fire to burning trees to implement a mechanic from that world. And this took me 4 hours. So in total, I have 9 hours that I did for this week. And the number for this changeless build is 1034073. I downloaded the game and I exported it, and now I'm opening up the game. So we don't need to select a level anymore because we could just go play from start and be in an overworld. So Dragon's Point biodome is over here. As you can see, the terrain is grass with cobblestone for the roads and actual rock bed for the ground. Adding a river to the game for they to learn about the swimming mechanic that is in our levels. Climbing up the mountain, going to one of our biodome areas. At this destination right here, you would be able to use the grapple hook mechanic from the Redwood Mire level. You won't be able to go to this destination and swing from ledge to ledge until you have defeat the Redwood Mire and gained that grapple hook from that level in order to grab a chest that's going to be over on the other side of this ravine. Going up the stairs to Glacier's Ridge. The mechanic here would be the snow. And telling them about they need to watch out their steps, that they don't know if they're going to break something. Because in Glacier's Ridge, the land goes from snow to ice. And being able to enter Glacier's Ridge from here, once they have completed the levels coming up to Glacier's Ridge. Now going from here, each area has a point of interest, either being the caves, which has ruins, Hazelburg, the town, Dragon's Point with the Dragon Lord statue, Redwood Mire with the Angel, and Glacier's Ridge in Frigid Highlands with an old man statue. Each of these areas have their own unique enemies to fight, and there will be other stuff to do within the overworld, collecting coins, doing quests. So this was a addition to what we needed into the game, because the level select was not ideal for our game. So by creating this overworld with many regions for players to explore and get kind of lost in, the immersion of the game. Frigid Highlands entrance at the very edge of the mountain. So going to one of the mechanics that the players will learn throughout their time in the Enigma, they could swim, which teaches them they do have oxygen. Searching various ruins for chests and spelunkering. Going to the woods. As you can see, the woods have been burned by the lava. So there is a fire in the distance. Hear the lava bubbling. So, in all, creating an overworld to link our levels together was a more fascinating selection of our levels than just going into the main menu, selecting levels, and trying to get the player to do it in the correct order. All of this was material instance for the ground, and coming up with the ideas of the landscape, the points of interest, to where we actually have a destination for the players to go.